Hey guys, Vern here. Welcome to Skyline Radio Podcast. What's up guys, Vern here. Normally I'm with Bad Brad's Barbecue tonight. We're doing a little something else. Bad Brad's is going to sponsor this podcast. However, that's not what this is. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of different stuff on here. There's no telling what you're going to see. Being that Ragan is table zero, this is going to be podcast zero of whatever we're going to call this podcast.
Guest zero.
Trina Ammons, Ragan, Parkerson. I probably butchered their last names.
No, you did well.
Good. Look at me.
I know.
What they don't know is we're going to name the podcast tonight because I've not been able to settle on a name.
Oof. It's a lot of
So
pressure.
that's part of the
People's
pressure
daiquiris
tonight.
coming in.
I like to surprise people. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about Red Dirt music.
I say instead of table zero,
And a whole bunch of stuff.
table double D's.
I don't think I'm quite there. I'm not quite. So introduce yourself. Ladies first.
Trina Ammons, I'm the Red Dirt Princess. Self-proclaimed. No, actually, Johnny Cooper gave me that moniker about 15 years, 20. Oof. I'm not going to go further.
Years
than that.
ago?
Yeah. Some time ago. So, just chasing that red dirt wherever it takes me.
And I'm Reagan Parkerson, Mayor of Funtown. That name was given to me by my good buddy E-Rock, Eric Hoffman. Bequeathed, I guess, me that
Bless
name.
you.
Yeah.
Who's looking for a band?
Yeah.
So if you
Yes.
need a drummer, hit up
Yeah, he's a
E-Rock.
drummer.
Yeah.
He's looking for work. But he gave me that name probably about 2014, 15. So
Just a few years
just
ago.
a few years
Just
ago.
kinda
But also
stuck.
been known as Table Zero, the Alumniati. I have all kinds of brands that I work under. It's an
That you
umbrella.
wear.
Yeah.
I would like the table zero story
Oh yeah.
at some point.
So let's get started with all the just crazy music that has happened in the past 30 days. Started out with our fire benefit. It was a bad deal. It happened. Over 200 residents were affected, or 200 residential properties were affected, and I got it in my mind to put together a fundraiser, and I called. It happened on a Friday, and I don't know what time. I'm surprised Reagan was up Saturday morning when I called. I said, "Hey, Reagan, we're going to do this. I need a logo, man." And he texted me back, and he said, "Okay, cool. What's it called?" I have no idea. I'm open to suggestions.
Wow.
And Stillwater Rising 25 was born. He had us something within 3 hours probably, and
Well, luckily my wife and kid were gone, so I had all kinds of time. So I was just sitting alone in my house.
Unsupervised.
I'm super.
it seems like so long ago too.
Yeah.
How was that really a month ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we were getting ready
Not
to
even.
launch the all the side stage information for the boys from
Okay,
Oklahoma.
the gravy
That-
train.
Yeah.
Like that was getting ready to launch on that Friday, I guess, or Thursday or Friday. But it was like that we were all set. We're going to push it. All of a sudden, the fires happened, and we were like, "Uh-oh! Now I need to shift focus over
Right.
here."
So you got evacuated your house.
Got evacuated.
Again, were you unsupervised?
No, not that.
Okay, they were there.
We shut down like 4 o'clock, 3 or 4 o'clock, evacuated everybody out. And the fires got right across the road. I was never really worried about it here at Brad's because it's a metal building and my insurance was paid. It wouldn't have burned down if I'd have needed it to.
Right.
Paid my insurance that month. So
Plus, you start pretty good fires every day.
we
Yeah.
do. They're
Controlled
controlled
burns.
Controlled burns.
And I work in insurance, and I was still caught off guard by how quick
Oh, it was.
and
Oh, it was scary. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm not scared of tornadoes now.
Yeah.
I'm scared of fires.
Yeah.
Well, and that was, and everything that could have went wrong on that deal. Really low humidity, 70-mile-an-hour plus winds. The houses are close together. There's too many eastern red cedars in this area.
the devil's trees.
Yeah, they really are.
Right for Paris number 2.
Yes, right behind it. I hate 'em.
Barely.
Hate their guts and livers. But Stillwater Fire Department had a hell of a time fighting it, but they got it out very
Everybody
quickly
did.
for what was happening. Like it was exceptionally. Some jackasses tried to compare it to the California fires. I'm like, stop. everything was under control within 12 to 8, for 24 hours on that
Yeah.
deal. Their shit's still going on.
Oh, yeah.
They're still having flares.
We're different.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's in desert.
Yeah.
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 But we had 52 musicians, something
Yeah.
like that. Dylan Moss got the music list together, and I felt like I didn't do very much that week. I told because all I did was
I just gave a lot of thumbs up in the group text.
Yeah.
I
Good
said,
job, guys.
Hey,
Sounds good.
can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And the people that were around us helping us on the deal, Carrie Moore with Stillwater Chamber of Commerce did so much.
She's a rock star.
Derek was over here kicking butt behind the scenes with all the social media stuff, because without that, it wouldn't have made it at all.
Yeah.
Like anytime I sent him oodles and gobs of stuff.
Yeah.
Just, hey, we need to post this, we need to post this, we need to post this. And he kept it all on track, was dealing with his own stuff. His roof blew off. Part of his roof blew off. They were getting, their neighbors' houses burned down. So many people were affected. So many people in the music scene were affected. Mm-hmm. And everybody came together on that deal fast. And I was lucky enough to have the idea, I guess, and be able to pop it off that next weekend and call my wholesalers, got some stuff donated to us, and the community really gathered around it from across the state.
Yeah.
And it was a hell of a deal.
It's crazy what we put together within 1 week, literally.
We're known
Within-
for it.
really
The-
within-
the Red Dirt
Yeah.
scene is known
Yeah.
for
There are very few things we do well, but one of them are benefits.
yes, and we come together in a hurry. And kudos to Dylan. I mean, it's hard
amazing.
to organize
Musicians, yes.
drunk ducks. and he's put such a good, his Thursday nights, he's put together such a good roster that he had a lot of people he could call on.
Shameless plug, Songwriter
Right,
Circle
right.
here at Bad Brad's.
Yeah.
This is,
Every Thursday.
they
I
are
do what I
sponsoring it
can.
while it is not a Bad Brad's podcast.
Yeah.
I do what I can.
I like it. His quote of the week was, musicians will never have a lot of money to give, but they'll always donate their time and talent.
Absolutely.
And that was, and he did a great job putting those guys together. And we had the discussion, hey, who do we play first to make sure they don't play last because they won't be there,
Right.
because they'll be drunk by 7 o'clock. And he knew who to put where, and
Line up.
he made sure good old Tucker was before the,
Yeah.
about 4 o'clock in the afternoon instead of 7, which was a good play. We love
He has
Tucker.
pretty hair.
He does.
I don't know anything else about him.
Yeah.
He's got 3 names and he has pretty hair.
Don't put him last in the lineup.
Okay.
We
I
love
mean,
Tucker.
we know a few of those.
We don't put him last in the lineup.
I mean, you got to know those things, or who won't play together, or who dated,
right.
or
Yeah.
So that deal raised just over $40,000, and we're trying to get that paid out. We've got some meetings about that coming up, and trying to get that dispersed, hopefully within the next month or so. There's just a lot of going through stuff. We've still got applications coming in, but I think Stillwater Rising 25 raised over 40,000, like 40,200 and something. The next weekend, several bars got together. Salty Bronc, the Dirty Rooster, Great White Buffalo,
Finnegan's,
Finnegan's,
and
the 12s, and then Bad Brad's again. And that money for Stillwater Strong or Red Dirt Rising, I think we raised about $22,000 there.
Wow. I mean, that's still
And that is going straight to the volunteer fire departments that came up and helped with those fires, because they used most of their funds, and the auxiliaries for those fire departments.
that
So-
get no funds.
Over
Sheesh.
$62,000 raised in 14 days just from the music community.
not bad for a little town here.
It's pretty awesome. Now I bought a couple little things. Reagan,
Oh, yeah.
Can
Did
we
you bring that
attach
with you?
I
Can we
did.
attach
It's-
video?
we'll get that later. Reagan,
Oh,
I bought this 22 pistol, and Reagan, we put his design, which is right down there, the Stillwater Rising 25 design on it, and then Reagan decides he has to have it, and he wins it in the auction, and that's such a cool little gun, man.
Unsupervised.
Yeah, that's-
I was
it happened.
according to your bride, you
Yeah.
should have been supervised by plenty of other people there.
Yeah.
Like she's
Nah.
never met us.
Yeah. No. I'm giving back to the community.
The next one, though, I got a Turnpike Troubadours signed guitar, and then a Tom Harris picture of Turnpike on the sidewalk at Kane's playing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
before the sober days.
Right.
That was such a cool picture. Tom takes the best pictures.
He does
does.
because
It's
he
so
loves
amazing.
the scene, and you can
Yes.
tell
Yes.
his passion is this scene, and that makes the difference.
Yeah, he ingrains himself into it for sure.
But I just want to touch on that. Like, there's been just with those two things. That is so much music, because that had over 50 artists on both weekends.
It was like
Yeah.
a 10-hour
Oh yeah,
event here.
Oh, yeah.
We were from, I don't know, noon to 8.
Oh.
Just
Well, then
Just
I did not
straight
leave
out.
early.
Yeah.
music. No, we hung out afterwards.
Yeah.
It happens.
Whoops.
You'll have that on them big
Well,
jobs.
one of those, pat on the back, chop on the back.
Then
Nope. I last called myself. It didn't work.
Yeah.
the biggest thing in the state this year, the Boys from Oklahoma concert.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right, sometime last spring we sat out there on the patio after some show, and we're talking about how cool it would be if they ever got back together.
But knowing in the back of our mind that it would never happen.
Yeah, never thought it would ever happen.
Yeah.
Now, I was on a conversation with Shannon Canada. I can't remember when we went down to New Braunfels, but we saw Reckless Kelly, Courtney Patton, and Steve Earle at the Whitewater Amphitheater. And we had stayed one of the nights there at their place, and we were just drinking on a back patio. And Shannon kept pulling beers, just hanging out. We hadn't talked in a long time. And I go, well, if you need to go to bed, we'll go to bed. She goes, I haven't hung out with you guys. And the conversation steered to, Reagan, what do you think about getting the band back together? And I was like,
What band?
what? You want to have this conversation right now? I was like, let's do it. I'll get them all on the horn. We'll drink beers around the table and hammer shit out. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the last, I was like, why not? Let's do it.
Worked for Turnpike.
Yeah, right? And, but that was, I was like, then something kind of triggered. I go, okay, so maybe something can work, something can get worked out. And then, go back, or, a couple of months later, and then all of a sudden the ragweed shield with the curtain over it. People
The day
started
the
calling
internet
me.
broke.
That's the
Started
best damn
calling me.
piece of marketing I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
It was beautiful.
Brilliant.
It was
brilliant.
just,
Yeah.
and the Merry Christmas God, that was
Oh yeah,
perfectly done.
yeah.
I loved it.
I mean, it was, yeah. And then people started calling me, Reagan, what's happening? What's going on? What's going on? I go, man, I don't even know.
He said they didn't tell me.
Yeah, I finally had to call her and be like, what did you guys do? She was like, I can tell you more in 2 weeks. So I was like, well, that tells me, okay, something's already happening. So-
Right.
I want to know how they got their old Facebook password. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember mine right now.
No, not a
Because
chance.
if I could get back into MySpace, everybody'd be in trouble.
Oh,
'cause they didn't just
let's
revive a-
not and say we didn't.
They didn't just
Everybody
revive a
would be in
band,
trouble.
they revived a brand. So,
Yeah.
like, everything. Like, the Gravy Train has been revived.
Yeah.
Without all those people.
I'm still number 349.
That's awesome.
But it was just incredible what they
Oh
pulled
man!
off.
And then we were talking about the shows earlier, and it was great. Like for businesses in Stillwater, it worked out really well. It's the biggest economic impact in Stillwater and probably in the state this year. That 4-day show, we did 2.5 times the business that we would normally do on the weekends. And honestly, if they wouldn't have done such a good job at the Midway keeping people there, we would have done more. But they did such a good job.
Right.
I've talked about it with some other businesses. We got out-businessed. I'll
Right.
tell you right now,
Sure.
we got out-businessed by that Midway show because they
Yeah.
got people there and they didn't leave.
It
We were
literally
afraid
was a
to leave.
circus.
We
Exactly.
were afraid to
It
leave.
literally was a circus.
Yeah.
And
But going Sunday night, that's the easiest I've ever gotten into Boone Pickens.
Oh, yeah.
It's the easiest I've ever gotten drinks. It's the easiest I've ever gotten food.
oh yeah,
Like it was all
Same.
snap, snap,
It was
snap, snap, snap. And
seamless.
I had pit tickets and great pit tickets. And it was still the easiest. No problems, no hassles.
That's why we were like, let's buy Sunday night tickets, so they figure everything out, and then you can just shuffle everybody.
Yeah.
around.
I had Thursday night pit tickets. They had it figured out.
Did they?
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome
mean,
to hear.
Yeah.
What we
mean,
didn't
still
have
great.
figured out was we are not 21 anymore, and a lot of people got carried out.
Yeah, well, like So we stayed, got there about 5:30 probably, and we stayed till Turnpike came off, and when Turnpike came off, it was getting like shit got rowdy. Okay, the crowd was rowdy. They were ready for ragweed.
Yeah.
The last show of the weekend, they looked like the whole atmosphere changed, and you could feel it. And
It was
you're like,
electric.
shit's fixing to get rowdy.
Yeah.
And so Kim, my wife, she went and stood off to the side, and I stayed in the middle there, 6 people back for about the first 4 songs, and then came out and ran into a buddy, and we went and got in some box seats. So he's like, hey, man, I got 2 extra box seats right here. You want to come sit up here instead of standing in the pit? I saw you on the big screen because they caught me on the big screen drinking
Yeah.
cold beer Sunday, and I
There's a lot
was
of
like,
people got
yeah,
that.
hell yeah, I want to sit down. Yeah. So we went up there, sit down, put your feet up right there, just maybe 5 boxes back,
Yeah.
perfect view, and
Oh,
finished
yeah.
the night out with ragweed like that. Oh man, I couldn't ask for a better show.
Oh yeah.
It was.
We got invited to the pit, and I was like, no. I was like, I see that mess down there. I'm going to enjoy my chair backs. This is very comfortable. I can just go right down the ramp here, get a beer. And
Nope, I needed to get McClure's
Yeah.
sweat on me.
Yeah, no. I was like, I've seen this before.
Man, everybody there, I thought did such a fantastic job.
Oh, absolutely. They pulled it off.
You know.
Everybody did.
So we all love that Ragweed was back, and they're the reason this show happened. But like, I haven't seen Turnpike in a while since
Oh,
Evan
yeah.
got sober.
Yeah.
But like, Turnpike was my Ragweed
Yeah.
because
Right.
you know they released that album in 07. I graduated high school in 08, and they're from my neck of the woods. Like my dad, my uncle owns a trailer manufacturer. My dad was he ran the shop, and they would go haul trailers to festivals like Honobi Festival, Bigfoot Festival down there.
Yeah.
For Turnpike
Yep.
to play on. My
Right.
dad calls me one day, hey, do you know who these guys are? And I'm like, yeah, I've seen them a couple times. They're freaking awesome. I'd been burning up the first CD, the Bossier City CD.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I ruined it.
And now you can't get
Same.
it.
Yeah.
They're like
Yeah.
$500
Yeah.
on eBay.
I
I've
ruined
still
it.
got mine.
And,
don't know
you know,
why I have
he's
mine.
hauling trailers for them to go play on for a stage. You know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So, like, they were my ragweed. I came up with them. Favorite all-time Turnpike song
Oh, yeah.
is Three Rivers because it's
yeah.
wrote about that stuff down there.
Right.
We grew up down there. They were chasing people off of Weyerhaeuser land for the cattle leases and stuff. People that had been there for years and years and years and running cattle on there.
Yeah.
But like it was all, so like to see them again and how polished and
And
just
happy.
smooth and
Yes.
happy
Right.
and
Yeah.
Everybody's
oh, it was
comfortable.
great.
Yes.
Because I was at the Canes comeback show.
Yeah.
And
Little Rocky. Little Rocky. That's awesome.
As
buddy.
it should be.
Well, they
I
were
mean,
like, holy shit.
and we had come out of Corona.
Yeah.
And we a lot going on.
A lot going on.
But they were confident, they were comfortable, he was smiling.
They were so well polished. Everything on that
I
stage.
know that kind of
moved.
bums me
yeah.
out.
I know. I
I'm
like a little rough
I like a
around the
little
edges.
messy myself.
Yeah. It's a little more fun.
Oh, I like it all, man. Like I hadn't seen Bolin in a while, and seeing him, like, I'm sad that I wasn't there the night he sang Gallo del Cielo because that is
Oh, yeah.
the best song ever written about the sport of cockfighting.
Right. And that's,
And
speaking of cockfighting, that Dirty Rooster show, apparently we all missed that one.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard it was great too because I wanted to be down there, but I was here.
Yeah.
I wanted to get down there, but I was at Boozy Brunch with Steve Rice
Everybody
and Johnny
that was
Cooper.
there said that's the
not a
best
bad place to
bowling.
be.
No. In fact, Kerry had a hard time leaving that day.
Yeah.
He was like, this is like, those guys were on fire.
Yeah.
Just,
It's like that's the best bowling's ever sounded.
yeah.
He
And an
sounded
upright
good.
bass.
Yeah.
Are you
I mean,
kidding
come on.
me?
I
They
love
got
it.
grassy with it. Come on.
Speaking my love language.
Last time I saw Bolin was probably a Gypsy Cafe.
Well, and I think we all got bamboozled.
last time I
think
saw
it was gonna
Stoney,
be an
too.
acoustic, like solo acoustic
Yeah.
show. I don't
Right.
know that they knew he was walking in. For
Oh,
me.
yeah. Yeah.
I didn't know
had
he did
heard that.
either.
I had heard about that.
And then he had a hell of an opener.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Drew Cooper?
Yes,
I do like Drew. He's really good.
we're
There's so
big
much,
fans.
so much great music in Stillwater.
Yeah,
like
if you
this
couldn't
is-
find any, you were.
Oh, yeah.
Something's wrong
Sorry
with you.
about your luck.
Yeah,
We had our guys doing songwriter circle out here from about 12 to 3, 12 to 4 every day, just kind of little stuff. Our locals where they could get in front of some people. We had guys from all over the state come in too. And it was
Yeah, and you had the young up and comers, which is cool
Yeah.
to see, because that's what this town's
That's
about.
right.
That's
Yeah.
what the
Get your
scene
foot in
is
the door.
about.
We're still pushing them out there, and
Yeah.
I love that this town is still doing it. And it goes like this, and y'all have seen it more than I have, but it just sometimes you can't find music for a year or two, and then all of a sudden it's here now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
the,
it's
the
here.
time is
Oh,
now.
now, yeah. They put stuff, like, not just back on a map. They just, pun
Yeah.
intended, they lit it on fire.
Yeah.
But
I'll be here all night.
But sure, and,
Unsupervised.
Yeah.
and we're still got more music coming. My favorite weekend of the year is Gypsy. We've got
Oh,
Cat
yeah.
Fry and Gypsy next week, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
I'm stoked about it.
We did the first of the Triple Crown, what Katie Dale said.
yeah.
So now we have Cat Fry and Gypsy Cafe.
Thankfully, we end it with Gypsy Cafe now,
I'm
kind of
ready.
bring
Brings
us
it
down
down.
a little bit.
Party at the farm at the end.
Yeah.
Nobody's
If you're still
invited back.
standing.
I'm glad
Nobody's
they closed the farm during BFO.
Smart
Yes.
And then the Rangers and them took Wyatt Flores out there the next day. That's a cool move, man.
If you didn't cry-
I couldn't get off the couch to go because Coop asked me. He was like, "Man, you want to go out to the farm?" And I was like, "I think I'm just going to sit this one out."
How cool must have that experience been for him to get to go up there and sing with all of those guys?
Oh yeah, and why hasn't he been up there before?
Yeah.
That's my deal. I was like, "What? Nobody's taking this kid out there? Come on!"
Why hadn't he been to the farm? Yeah, that's just amazing. I was talking about getting on stage at the Boys from Oklahoma with everybody.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, that's
The next generation
that's
is
it.
here, and
It's
it's
coming
quiet.
up. Yeah. But yeah, I couldn't believe he hadn't been to the farm.
Yeah,
He's not here very often.
No, he is
That's
not.
true.
He went.
now.
And when he's here, he's fishing and whatnot.
I don't blame him.
No.
Yeah, no,
That's
I
what
get
I'd
it.
be doing too.
I get
Yeah.
it.
3 years ago, I was paying Wyatt to come in here and play at Brad's for $100.
Yeah.
I don't think I can do that anymore.
I mean, I'd like to see how that offer goes.
Well,
I bump it to 150.
maybe. I'll throw in dinner.
Free
Yeah,
cheese fries.
let's see. How's your crowd? Can you pull a crowd?
Yeah, man, to see him go has just been awesome. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it when people
Well, and
keep
his fire
Love
relief
it, dude.
efforts were,
killing it.
oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
Sold out all three of those shows in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Sold a bunch of T-shirts too. I don't know how many he sold, but he sold a bunch of T-shirts.
I hear OSU won in the great
Always.
t-shirt race of 2025.
I like it.
I don't know. It's the only thing we're winning, but I like it.
Well, it's not football.
We won concerts.
I'll drink to that.
Ooh, dudes and daiquiris.
Oh yeah.
Broads and bourbon.
Yes. We're still working on names here.
I like it.
So Gypsy, we're gonna feed the artists, but we're doing the brunch this year.
That's right.
So I'm working on a Star Wars themed brunch, a barbecue Star Wars themed brunch. Okay, guys.
So you need clever.
Space pigs.
Yes. I'll write that down.
I should probably watch Star Wars then. Everything I know about
I'm not
Star
gonna talk
Wars,
about it. We're not going to talk about this.
I learned from
Yeah, but-
Spaceballs.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I
That
got.
also makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I'm excited about that. I'm excited to do
Yeah.
the brunch.
Johnny Molinek's playing.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
in the Rooster. That's going to be
That'll be fun.
melt your face off.
Which right now I think there's only 30 tickets left. So if anybody wants to buy them,
Get 'em.
30 left.
You better get
By the time this
kick
comes
this
out,
out.
Yeah.
there won't be
Fast.
that many.
No.
No. I'm excited to see the
the
Dirty Rooster
Rooster.
involved.
First of all, great name.
Yes.
Like props to Kerry. I've sat down and talked to him just about it a little bit, and I did talk to him about the name or anything. And I want to get him on the podcast and talk about that. But the concept is
You know where it
really
came from.
like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dirties and then Roosters. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't know. We're us old people.
Yeah. Those were
Monday night
before
at
my
Roosters.
time, but
Yeah.
I've spent enough
Not
time.
as old as Wormy Dog. But
I've s-
Every Monday night at Roosters was the place to be.
yeah, looking like this bar is getting ready to be the place. To
Yeah.
be.
It's popping. He described it. He's like, I want it to be like the Wormy Dog was. There's no telling what you're going to hear in here. There's no telling who's going to be playing. It's people are just going to hang out and have a good time. It's not going to be a scene. It's going to be It's not going to be, oh, it's the country bar. Oh, it's we may play Tupac and then we may play George Strait. It doesn't matter. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah. Oh, I drove by there earlier and there were people hanging out outside.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, there's people around and they're just like at that bar.
I love it. That's a hard thing to do on the Strip these days, man. Since COVID, like the bar scene has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the kids have changed.
Yeah.
They went through COVID.
So did we.
Yeah, but they were seniors.
I'm not weird and awkward.
But now the Gen Xers kids are coming in. So
Yeah.
we try to raise them like we were.
Yes.
And so they were like, well, let's go out and drink beer. Starting at 5.
Yeah.
And then these old people will leave.
Don't wait to go out till 10:30.
No.
Yeah. We
Don't be a weenie.
we had to be at the turnpike or at Calf Fry by 4:30 to see Turnpike. Okay, like that because they were opening.
Whew.
So like
And
we
gates
had
are
to,
at 5.
yeah,
Yeah.
like you had to be there and
If you were going to get your
if
spot
you-
on the rail,
yeah.
you
Well,
had
we
to.
usually had beer specials too. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
from, you know, for like
miss
an
that.
hour.
the old
I miss pictures.
Yeah, the little plastic pictures.
Thursday night penny beer till midnight.
Oh yeah.
How are we alive? That's what I need to know.
I can tell you right now, I almost didn't survive a couple times. Like
Used to be penny beer every night somewhere in Stillwater.
yeah.
Every
or
night.
ladies' night, and
I
we
caught
drink
the
free
end of
until
that.
midnight.
We
or-
could come in and get a pitcher of Jack and Coke at what's it called?
I was not privy
Like
to
a
this.
penny at the
Oh,
penny.
Copper penny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 2:00 on a Thursday, you could come in and get a mini pitcher of Jack and Coke.
I'm all about that.
Yeah, I
Bring
mean,
that
we had
Can we
1
do that
o'clock
now?
classes.
Yeah.
We had 1 o'clock classes, and like they will not let you do that now. They call that
Can we do that
overserving.
here?
We'll get a pitcher of Coke for you. How about that?
My, that's brown.
That syrup's
very
not working
strong.
right.
I remember when the Copper Penny had live music. Mm-hmm. I remember the night Jason Eady descended on Stillwater for his very first time.
Edie is the best show that ever happened in this room so far. Like, he was so good. He was so good. Lowdown Drifters were freaking amazing too.
Yeah.
In this little room.
That, but speaking of Copper Penny, first time I saw 1100 Springs was in that bar.
Oh.
I never
Yeah.
even seen him. Like, always heard about him. Had their CDs, even for whatever reason, stars didn't align. I didn't even see him in Texas. And they finally played Stillwater, and I was like, I'm finally going to watch 1100 Springs.
They're
There's
great.
pictures in
They're-
the,
yeah,
in the
they're
bar.
They're
really good.
still great.
Yeah.
They're still great. Yeah.
They're still around?
Yeah.
What
I
about
think so.
Honey Brown?
I keep hearing about this Honey Brown.
Carrie's working on it.
I missed it.
Oh, wait, no, he's working
I
on
wanna see
blue.
it.
My bad.
Yeah, blue.
I'm all about some blue, man.
He, bless his soul, that man did his damnedest to get blue. It was going to be Johnny Cooper blue and no
that
justice.
would've been great.
And blue just wasn't ready to do full band show just
Well,
quite
we're
yet.
ready.
I'm like,
Everybody else is ready. Get it
do
together,
you need me
Blue.
to fill
We
in
believe
for
in
you?
you.
Like, I can sing harmony. I got this.
Yeah.
We'll be there buying tickets for sure.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I feel like he would be an amazing candidate for the Dirty Rooster.
And bring along Matt Powell.
Who else is doing music on the Strip? The Bronx.
Bronx, still got it.
Yeah.
And then that's about it on the Strip.
Yeah.
The Bronx and the Rooster.
Well, and Coney has the stage now.
Yeah, Coney.
Yeah, that confuses me.
Yeah.
I don't know much about that guy. I don't know much about Coney. It's just kind of.
They built something there, and I'm like, well, again, I don't hear much about people playing
I don't.
there.
I
It's
know
built
some
for
people
it.
that play there, but I don't
Right.
hear a lot about it.
Right.
I couldn't tell you one way or another, and I've never been to it for
Yeah.
music. I haven't been to it for Coney in a while. I need to go.
Well, I was like, yeah, last time I
I
was
mean, I'm
there.
here for wieners and music, but
Yeah, well.
I just never.
Smash burgers.
Yeah,
It's funny. I go
Yeah.
there, and I only go there for burgers.
it happens.
But they do music during football games, right?
Football games,
Home-
for
home
sure.
games usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember like CC Rev playing, and it was really cold.
Oh, I do
Was-
remember that.
Yeah, like
That
nothing
was
would
cool.
stay in tune.
It's
That's-
hard during
Because that was
football
after-
games
Yeah.
that was
outside
after-
because you've got about 3 of them.
Yeah,
'Cause that was after-
And those 3 are going to be
Yeah.
really fucking hot.
Yeah.
You've only got. You're real limited on an outdoor stage in Oklahoma.
Yes. There's a window. And it's not a big one.
It's small.
Yeah.
It's a small window, but good for them. For
I mean, they built it. I was like, so people should come.
Yeah.
But we need music.
Yes. you got to be consistent with it. It's hard not to be consistent with, like, whatever you do in Stillwater, it has to be consistent because there's so much stuff going on in this town that's not music, and it's gotten harder to do paid shows. Like, people don't. We used to do a $5 cover, a $7. We would pay a $7 cover
Right.
and get into the tumbleweed at 7 on a Thursday.
Right. No matter what.
Yeah, and that was it. And it was not a big deal for us. Now, man, if you try to charge somebody a cover, they're like, what? And I'm like, when did that change?
Yeah. It's like
I missed that.
One
There
beer,
were covers.
your charge is
There were definitely covers
Damn.
if you were a guy, okay? If I wore a low-cut shirt, they'd probably throw me out.
Yeah.
But there were covers if you were a gentleman.
yeah.
Oh,
Then you got to know the owners.
There's
of the
a
bar, and
front
then it was like,
door?
oh, so- yeah,
Yeah.
that deal. Yeah. So y'all know more about the history of the music scene in Stillwater because you've been here longer than I have.
you just call us old?
Talk about I just didn't come to Stillwater till 2010.
As being younger than Reagan.
It's true. I am the oldest one here.
Yeah, that's why you're called Table Zero.
Yeah.
You're,
that-
you're
well,
first,
that
you're
was-
first
that was-
generation man fan.
I love the Spam Bolo though. Can we talk I'm a Spam fan. Fried Spam. Almost made some for supper tonight. Legitimate.
Good stuff.
I love it.
Spam burnt ends. I love smoking those. Those are good.
Yeah, I saw some deep fried Spam the other day with some panko bread. And it, it was fancy.
Well,
it
if
was
you
too
add that
fancy.
much
Probably.
yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a lot.
I just
Have to
want
put
cheap
bacon.
mustard and commodity cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You do that.
My great grandmother and then went through the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
So when we used to trade, like we had beef all the time. We had ground beef all the time. So they would trade ground beef to our neighbors for commodities.
Mm-hmm.
So
That
we
cheese
always
was well worth it.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we always had commodity cheese and commodity peanut butter and all that stuff. So like, and she would never buy. You never ate fresh bread at my grandma's house unless she had baked it. It was always like day old bread, and they would buy it and throw it in the freezer, and then she would put it in the refrigerator and toast it right before you ate it. So
Right.
I grew up on toasted Spam sandwiches with commodity cheese and cheap commodity mustard. The best comfort food there is.
I've never eaten Spam.
If I'd have known that, we would be
Well,
having
here.
fried Spam right now.
No, I think like Bricktown Brewery makes the jalapeno flavored, and they like deep fry, like they call them Spam fries.
Yeah.
They deep fry them.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not
I'm an original Spam guy. Original, fried in a
Meat
cast
in a
iron.
can, I don't
skillet.
know.
The shelf life is fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
come on.
I'm good. I'm nuh-uh.
my sister had to spend like $700 or $800 worth of grocery money at the college in one semester, and she had forgot about it or whatever. She just ate out because she's a heathen, and so she's like, "Okay, I've got like $500 left to spend." I might have went in and bought like 3 cases of Spam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like we were broke
It'll last
college
forever.
kids.
And
I was like,
ramen.
yeah,
Ramen,
well,
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm a huge ramen fan.
Yeah.
Soup in a cup, let's do it.
Spam and ramen.
But anyways, I digress.
Anyway.
History of Stillwater music, man. Like you were here
Yeah.
for the Wormy Dog.
I moved up here in '94. I followed a gal up here from Ardmore. Why is that funny?
Because everybody wants to leave Ardmore.
That's a fact. So I moved here in '94. Went to school here. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. Anyway, we'll go fast forward. We broke up. I didn't know what was going on. I was taking design classes at OSU, and a buddy of mine was like, "Hey, a buddy of ours is playing guitar. You should come out and watch him." I was like, "Man, well, I'm not 21." Well, it's a place called Key Midwest, which is now the Great White Buffalo Tavern.
The harbor.
I go, and then I went to the harbor. And so he's like, "No, just walk in, like, just follow us in, just a group of us, like, you own the place, and they won't even card you." I was like, "Cool." Walk in, just guy playing acoustic guitar.
We never got into bars like that. I would never do
Oh,
such a
yeah.
thing. Like
Right.
There's front doors.
we waited until we were 21. Used the
Well,
front door. Correct ID.
Hey, I didn't break any laws other than just walking in the door and nobody said to leave. So that's on them.
You're a roadie.
Yeah. Well, also you could carry a guitar case in.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
looked like a roadie.
Yeah.
Same.
But so there's this guy playing, and I grew up a metalhead, not into country music at all, other than the old outlaw stuff. That's about that was my limit. This guy, and he was like, "Who's this guy up here?" He's like, "Oh, his name's Cody Canada, and he usually plays here every I didn't even can't remember what night it was. I think it was maybe a Thursday night or a Friday night. And he just sat up there and played this music that I had never even heard of. Like, he introduced me to, like, Todd Snyder, like Guy Clark, John Hyatt, like, and I was sitting there, I was just eating it up. And I was like, I'm sold. I was like, watch this guy play. And then he started sprinkling, a couple originals or whatever, and I go, hell, those are pretty good too. And then talked a little later, kept seeing him out. I was like, well, I got a band. I was like, you have a band?
I love that Cody was your gateway drug.
Yeah. And he was like, it's the band. It's Cross Canadian Ragweed. And I was like, cool, man. Look, that's awesome. I've never known anybody that had a band before. That's cool. It's like, yeah, we're playing at Joe's next week. Come check us out.
You good, Derek?
And I was like, all right. And Brad James set in with them because that was when they were kind of right when they were producing the Carney album. Like, just getting started on that. And they had found out.
Like 98-ish?
96.
Oh. Did they release Carney?
I was working. Okay, so here's the deal. I was working at Kinko's at the time.
Stillwater had a Kinko's.
Stillwater had a Kinko's.
He was a clip art master.
I've
seen his work.
Also, I was like first guys that like got into Photoshop. We were learning it at the university and everything. And he was like, "Oh, you can do design work?" And I went, well, I mean, he goes, "We know nobody. You want to design our album cover? I'll take a stab at it, sure." And so I have lost the original files, but there are a couple of images out, and I still have the original CD, the very first Carney album that I did with them in front of the City of Carney sign.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I put like a Ferris wheel and circus and made it all like stormy and dark. And I remember this is also about the time I got introduced to Jason Boland, because Boland started playing with him. And they were all talking. It's like, "Oh man, yeah, that looks good." And he goes, "What if you put pearl snaps along the spine?" I go, "Yeah, pearl snaps." Just random stuff. We were all learning. We're all learning.
Right.
Nobody knows what's going on here. They just need to make a CD. So we did it and sent it off to disc makers. I think I wonder if they're still around.
I think it is.
They may still be around.
I feel like it's something.
But yeah, but send it off. So there are a few copies around. If anybody's got one, let me know. Because there's not many. But we did that, and then I started working at Chris's because Matt Gambrell hired me after we were hanging out at the Wormy Dog. And then that guy taught me everything about design. He was like my mentor. And I just ate it up and ended up drinking more and quitting school and hanging out with musicians. And then here we are.
Worked out well. I mean,
so
isn't that wild?
And then here we are. So
I mean, and my origin story is basically the same. I chased a girl from Ardmore. No.
Oh, you did?
I ended up over here in the fall of '98, and a couple of years. I didn't think about live music, like where it started. I didn't think about somebody had to see them before they got to stadiums.
Right.
Never dawned on me. And it was like '01 maybe, and one of my friends called and said, "These guys from my hometown have a new lead singer. They're playing on the Strip. Will you come down?" Absolutely. That happened to be No Justice and Steve Rice.
And then you found the back door.
And I sold my soul. Literally one night changed the trajectory of my life.
It does. It takes one night.
Right.
It does. That's all it takes.
I mean, I would love to tell you it was a good show. It was awful. But
yeah,
something about his voice.
Right.
And those Payne brother eyes.
True.
Best on the Strip call I got was when they were doing Gypsy on Wednesdays. And, we didn't even know what Gypsy was back then. I got a call and said, "Hey, Cody Canada and Mike McClure are at," I'm pretty sure it was Mike McClure, are at Willie's right now. There's like 30 people here.
Yeah.
So we went and watched Cody and Mike at Willie's. I was like, on my way.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Rosalie is my favorite song.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Who wrote that? Is that
I think it's Skinner.
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 Yeah.
Because it was on the
yeah.
this is Indian Land record
Yeah.
of
Yeah. Yeah.
the greats.
Yep.
And being 5 feet away from Cody, watching him play Rose Lee, I was like, oh, alrighty.
Well, with Mike playing.
Yeah, Mike
lead,
too. Yeah,
you know.
yeah. It was everything around was just like,
Well, now,
Yes.
Again, whenever I got up here, Great Divide was too country for me. Like,
Boland was too country for me.
yeah,
neither were too
Oh,
country for me. I'm a big fans.
Until Cody said, "Watch the Great Divide live. Come out to the Tumbleweed and watch them."
Yeah.
And we were all up front. Everybody's watching them, and then I turn around and I see the crowd, and I went, "I get it.
These are my
I
people."
get it. Yeah."
So Sunday of the BFO show, that was the first time I actually got to see him live. I'd never got
The
to go to
Stragglers?
it. No.
Oh.
The Great Divide.
Oh, I was like,
Wait, what?
No, I've seen the Stragglers a bunch.
Again, big bowling fan.
And Stoney
Big-
and all of them. Like I'd seen them all a bunch. I got to see Cody and them 2-3 times before they split up. Last time I saw them was at the Arkansas State Fair. Went over. I was going to school in Wilburton then, and we went over there and had a real good time.
Hell yeah.
A real good time.
That's
Probably
again,
too good of a time.
All of these bands guaranteed good time.
Oh man,
Guaranteed.
yeah, just the crowds.
That's what I always thought it was about. Is the songwriting's fantastic, the people are fantastic, the atmosphere, everything that they bring.
It's real and it's relatable, man. That's
yeah.
the big deal too. Is like it's not some far fetched BS. It's real. It's happening. It's happened here.
it's not overproduced. It's not,
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
They're always better. They're for years and years and years. Everybody was so much better live than they were ever on their CDs.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That has changed tremendously.
Yes.
I get
That
bamboozled
is
a
swapped.
lot doing
Right.
Battle of the Bands. I'm like,
I have hired people. Yeah, I've hired people,
yeah.
and I listen to them,
And you're like,
they show up. They're like,
fantastic.
"Wait a sec."
Now the
One of them is a bigger name that came here and played, and it's the worst show I've ever freaking
We will
had
not
here.
drop names
I'm
on
not gonna
this
say a name on that,
podcast
but
until we have our second drink.
Yeah, it was real bad. I was really mad, and I paid. Yeah, whew, it's a bad deal. I know people that came to that show that were going to use one of his songs for their wedding song, and that show changed that.
Ooh.
oh man,
That's how bad it was.
we have to
And
rewrite
I've,
already.
you know, we have people that come in here that have never played before. They played their first sets in here. That man has been down the road and back, and I'm going to tell you that's the worst freaking music we've ever had in here.
That hurts my feelings.
I'm still salty about that. If
Yeah.
you can't tell,
Yeah.
if you're
Hiding it very well.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's one thing if you're young and you know you got a lot to learn, and I got a lot of
Right.
respect for somebody out here doing it because I can't
have
do
That's
it.
terrifying.
I can't
Yeah.
carry. I can't play any instrument. I can't
Right.
carry a tune in the bucket. That's not what this was.
Yeah.
It was just a piss poor show.
That's bad.
Yeah, it was not good. But anyways, y'all want to take a break? We're out of drinks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
We gotta pee.
before we click off, we're going to try to do an artist spotlight of the week, and our local artist this week is going to be Downright Fools. They've got an album out on Spotify and all the other major listening platforms called End of a Chain. They've also got some gear out. Hit them up on Facebook. Hit them up on Instagram. Downright Fools. Go get one of their caps. Now, if you've got a big noggin like I do, they won't fit you. So if you wear a 7 5/8, 7 3/4 cap, they're not going to fit you. But I have one of their caps because they're really cool and I really like them. I'll get in like an extender band or something on them.
But you know what does fit you is an Uncle
Inappropriate.
Becca inappropriate trucker hat.
That's right. We always want
Get
to
one
support Uncle Beck.
next week at Cat Fry
But
Or
y'all,
Gypsy Cafe.
or Gypsy Cafe.
y'all go listen to that album, End of the
They're
End of a
good.
Chain. That is a full album. It's not a release one song. It's a full telling a story from start to finish. And Gavin Charles and Rance Caulfield do a
they're
fantastic
great.
job.
They
So
are.
that's going to be our
They're gonna be
artist
fun to
artist
watch.
spotlight of the week. Or out of the Willies, and he's done the same for me. And that was when the On the Cloud came on, and I saw that picture of Chad. Man, I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
yeah, and like you said, he'd have loved and hated it.
Yeah.
yeah.
He would have been just.
They'd have had him on the midway. Come on.
Well, oh, for sure. Well, yeah. Logistically,
We would have put
Yeah,
him down.
we'd have found him.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Chad.
They're
though.
still.
Like,
I saw when we were visiting Uncle Becca's tent on Sunday. There was a couple people that I don't even know that got drunker than Chad Sullivan's hat.
I have one.
And I was like, who are you?
That's awesome. One of my favorite deals with Chad is we were at a friend's house one day and we got drunker than hell on a bottle of scotch and just grilled pineapple all day. That's all we did. Sat on the back porch and grilled pineapple and drank scotch.
Nice.
That's a weird combination.
It worked.
Okay.
A little bit of Chad Sullivan's music. It's good stuff.
Boy, the first time I met Chad Solons, I thought he was an asshole.
He was. That's
And
why we
come to
liked him.
find out, he's an asshole.
Right. He is exactly what he appeared to be. And
Honest.
that was
Yeah.
the beauty of it. He
Yeah.
was a mess, and he was,
Oh, yeah.
he wasn't afraid to
Oh, no.
let you see that mess.
Nope.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I miss him,
Yeah.
asshole.
Yes.
Also met Clint Osmus.
Where is Clint Osmus?
Where the
Does
hell is
anybody
Clint
know?
Osmus? He would have been the next big thing. He would have been our generation's Wyatt Flores. Easily.
Oh, the Bushmills. Oh, man.
Yeah.
That was a good band.
It was a good band.
Missed out on all that. But if you got their music, I'll listen to it.
He's on Spotify still.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to hit that up.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Songwriting was way before his time.
It is both way easier to get your stuff in front of people now and so much harder at the exact same time. Like, it's so easy to,
Oh, yeah.
It's
to download
oversaturated.
stuff on your phone. Yeah. And record it in the garage and make it sound pretty good. Hell of a lot better than stuff sounded a decade ago in your garage with
Right.
limited gear. And get it out there. But it's so saturated now. I'm like,
Right.
there's so many people. Like, I just found a guy the other day, Evan Bartles.
Yeah.
I just stumbled onto him the other day, and I don't know why it's taken me so long. It's all fucking sad songs and dark shit. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dark and twisty
Bring it.
music. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
It's oversaturated, and it's an algorithm that tells you what to like, and it's
Well, okay, so Southall, we're going to watch him Friday night. Read Southall
with CC Rev.
with CC Rev as well. But he, 10 years ago,
Was playing drunk on a bar stool at the Great White Buffalo.
I guess. But maybe,
He was.
Well, okay. So
I was
here's
there.
the deal. This Chris Mullen introduced me to it.
I forgot about that guy.
Yeah, man, and he was around the scene a lot and
Yeah.
introduced people. I mean, he worked the scene, and he was like, and
Still
he
technically
put,
works the scene.
I think so.
Yeah.
He was like, and he put the band together, and I had seen or had met all the guys that were in the band just around Stillwater. They were doing their own thing, like JT, Jeremy,
Yeah.
and everybody. And so, first time they played Tumbleweed, the band practiced twice, like the day before. And people were there. Of course, they were all underage, but almost like 400 tickets or something. Like ridiculous.
Like pre-sold?
Yeah, because it was
He
all
had a-
Spotify.
Yeah.
It was all Spotify.
This is
stuff.
wild.
And I was like, that was my first. I go, who is this guy?
Yeah.
And
So-
even the
Because
band
it
was like,
doesn't-
I don't know.
I think they were doing open mics on like Tuesdays at the Great White Buffalo, and we used to go watch it fall off the bar stool.
Yeah. But
yeah,
I've seen a
I
few
miss-
people.
We've all
fall-
done that.
I've seen a few people fall apart.
We've all done that.
Hey, you got to start somewhere,
I mean, yeah.
It's
on
how
the
you
floor.
get back up.
Exactly.
and it's on the floor.
Exactly. But no, and that's where I remember Reed from, is that's when I first saw him before the band. And it's just, we went and did the damn thing too.
That's what. Yeah, Chris is like.
How many?
And I don't know that he intended to. That's the beauty of it.
No.
That was all accidental. Well, let's see let's put on
Right.
a record. Wait, what? Okay,
And I
it's
think
doing what?
It was what got me. It was like there was equal a number of people there that night than I saw as like Reckless Kelly the weekend before.
I'm so sad I've never seen
And
Reckless
I'm
live.
just like,
I'm a motor
why?
cars girl.
I know, Reckless.
Well, I love them,
I love
but I
Reckless.
feel like I'm more motor cars
Yeah.
girl. You're
Well, all the bronze. I mean,
The music that's come up in Stillwater, just like I was
It's
listening.
rude.
I was listening to All American Rejects.
Yeah.
On the way over here, I was like, man, I forget, because I was in high school in '05 when Move Along came out. We were jamming to that. Like we played everything.
they used to practice across the street from me.
Yeah.
he was the
And
guy
I
that
was
said,
like,
"Keep
who's
it
this
down,
band?" Yeah, I was
get
like,
off
who's
my
this band?
lawn."
Dirty Little Secret's still one of the greatest freaking songs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's just money.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I was maybe talking to John Cooper during the Boys from Oklahoma, and he's like, "Name one place, anywhere,
No.
with the amount of talent that has come out of it.
Right.
Everybody goes to Nashville. Everybody comes from Stillwater.
Right.
That's a good.
And they don't stay in Nashville long if they come from
Yeah.
Stillwater.
No.
They figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah. Like, oh, not my.
Yeah, this is not
This
what I was
yeah.
built for.
This isn't working out.
It's not you, it's me.
I mean, and it all started at the Yellow House, and y'all know more about that than I do. I didn't even know it was still around.
Oh yeah, 11th and Jefferson.
Like, is somebody
They moved.
Who
it.
owns it?
Habitating it?
Like, what are we doing with
I
that?
don't know. I
Because
think Cody Cannon's getting ready to buy it.
that
moving it to the Tumbleweed and making it a...
let's
museum.
do
A
it.
museum.
That's exactly what it needs to be, though.
I don't know if it could be moved twice. They moved it once from 57
Listen,
universities.
I would put Bill Tucker on that.
He
We
move
can make
stuff.
it happen.
Yeah, he's got trailers and things.
Somebody can make that happen. Well, like, that's such a cool piece of history and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, starting from Bob Childers and
I mean, we could decorate every room with a different decade
yeah,
of music that came up from here.
what's it? 5 decades. I mean,
Oh, well,
so when,
yeah.
when we're
70s?
I would probably say mid-late 70s is kind of when it.
yeah,
into the
Started.
80s kind of one,
Yeah.
and then 90s and
Yeah.
and it's all been great music. There's been somebody great come through here every single decade,
Oh yeah.
and not just
Absolutely.
he did pretty good. Like,
No, like
Great.
made a name.
yeah.
Like
is
you're
an international name,
Yeah.
and that's just
And then
cooler
a lot that should have
shit.
been.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
Yeah.
God, there's
that didn't.
there
But
should have
Yeah.
been that never were that for one reason or another it just
Shoulda,
didn't
coulda,
happen,
woulda.
and just we still love going and listening to them.
Oh yeah.
Like
Well, there's always hope now.
I
Maybe
know.
they'll come back.
It's
Maybe they'll
the
come
time is now.
this is the time.
If you don't think I didn't look Steve Rice in the eye and say the time
Yeah.
is now.
Get it together.
Speaking of, how about getting Badwater back together?
Oh, just not going to let that die, are you?
I have a Badwater T-shirt.
I know.
right there,
I brought
boys.
it. I brought it.
It's seen better
I've also
days.
got a CCR T-shirt over here.
Yeah, brought that.
That's the
originally
original.
From
That's the OG, yeah.
From the Wormy Dog in Oklahoma City. That's where those. shirts
There's
came
those are
from.
pretty
Yeah.
cool, man.
Yeah.
Between you and Blake Langford, you
Yeah.
brought me some cool shirts, man. Not gonna lie.
I mean, they still smell funny, but they're at least intact.
I don't smell them. That's strictly
Well,
against my
and-
rules
well.
as a person.
But I remember when I collected them when the Wormy Dog in Oklahoma City closed, they were like, "Hey man, take down whatever you want out of here," and it had been kind of cleaned out, and I was like, "I want that one, that one, that one," and of course they just been sitting in my office because I was like, "What am I going to do?"
Because we don't have
with
that
this?
museum open yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, that's what I was like.
The museum.
Yeah.
But and there's so many people that I didn't even realize played in Stillwater, like Ryan Bingham.
Mm-hmm.
He used to open at the Wormy Dog for Cody Cannon. We did a meet and greet with him in 19, and we were talking to him. He's like, "Man, is the Wormy Dog still open over there? I used to open for Cody and Jason and them." I was
And
like,
I
"No
didn't
shit."
even know who he was then. Like, to be honest, I thought the first time I saw
That's when
him
he
was
still
at
had
the-
his real teeth.
Yeah.
Before they got all chiclety.
Maybe. Well, he had some money.
Well,
Got that Yellowstone money.
Yeah.
oh, well, those came before then.
Yeah, first time
True story.
I thought I saw him was at like the Saxon Pub in Austin, and Hayes Carl had opened up for him, and actually it's the opposite.
Oh,
Bingham opened up for Hayes.
For Hayes.
Yeah,
man, I love Hayes.
and that was a good
That's exactly
show.
what I was thinking.
Like-
Yeah.
He popped up on something
can't
today, and I was like,
remember.
"Yeah."
Like me and Andrea were on the road hard and had been for a couple of years, and we ended up at Larry Joe Taylor.
Wait, Andrea who? For
I
the
know,
record?
I know. We're not going to talk about it, but we ended up down there, and by that point, you had kind of heard everything. Nothing was new, and we were on opposite sides, and you got no cell service. I didn't know where she was. Every once in a while, she'd show up with a corn dog, and
As a true friend.
we both heard Hayes, and just gravitated to the front, and ended up like, oh, hey, all
You
right.
got a corn dog?
Yeah,
you got Doritos in your pocket? I mean, wow.
He's so good.
yeah,
Just
and still so good.
so, yeah. Songwriting, just him and a stool. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I don't need. But full band, he's amazing.
That's why I wrote a
Love,
song with the blue door in it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love him singing "Drunken Poet's Dream."
yeah.
One of my favorite songs ever. Anyway, it's like,
Because well,
yeah,
it's a good one. It's a,
something about she likes to lay naked and be gazed upon.
wow,
Yeah.
it's a Ray Wiley song, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he doesn't quite sing it as romantically as Hayes does.
Oh,
It gets a little
also,
dirty. Make it a little dirty.
Now, if Blue sang it,
Yeah.
whew,
Cody and them singing rock and roll.
Oh, want to rock and roll?
Always one of my favorites, man.
Oh,
He's got a good growl
Like just
for that. Did not
That is good stuff.
go with his overall days.
That was a fun time. That was around with the Highway 377 days.
It's a great record.
Yeah.
I think that might be my favorite Ragweed record.
Carney and Me for nostalgia.
Yeah.
But Purple is pretty solid.
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
That was a good one.
But that Highway 377's got that
Oh, yeah.
J.J. Lester flavor.
Well, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like my musical life will not be complete until I hear Turnpike sing. I would really like them to re-record The Shape and Three Rivers.
Yeah.
Like those two songs, man. That's what we came up on. That's the first ones I remember just being completely in love with. On that, The Shape and Three Rivers.
Yeah.
The Shape because it's just a fucking amazing song.
Oh, yeah.
And Three Rivers,
That's-
it's because it was about my neighbors, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from southeast Oklahoma. It was about people I knew. And just so relatable.
He's such a good lyricist. Like him, McClure, Boland paint such a vivid picture. You know, there are phrases that Boland can whip out that Cody could never pull off.
Now,
Just
now
songwriting
listen,
styles.
I've seen them all
you know.
whip out a rhyming dictionary. Come on.
But I don't think Cody can sing about ladies in Rouge quite like Boland
Have
can.
y'all listened to the new Turnpike album?
Yes.
Yes.
I absolutely love it. So I lost my grandpa the week before, the Thursday before Boys from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I got that call.
Right.
And
Red River song get you.
Yeah.
that motherfuckers, man.
Like, and it's the
Friday.
lead song.
Yeah.
Friday,
You're
yeah.
gonna break
Yeah.
our hearts from
Friday
the
of
beginning.
Boys from Oklahoma, a week after I lost my grandpa. We buried him on Monday. Or buried him on Tuesday, excuse me. And Friday, I'm coming to work and I'm listening to Turnpike, and that Red River just freaking killed me, dude. I'm bawling my eyes out all the way from Ripley.
Yeah.
I listened to it on repeat all the way from Ripley. And I thought, it's still the most Turnpike song I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's...
They're getting more
was gonna
Turnpike.
say,
They're
like
not.
they're coming into the, they're coming
Bird Hunters was good.
And they
and
closed...
the Kamikaze record release,
Yeah.
like beautiful, beautiful.
They had two records within 2 years, man. That's
I know. He said that was a good run.
Look out,
on-
Stoney.
easy
on
now.
Sunday, he goes, "Pretty good run for us here lately." You
And the
know,
only
I was
one they
like,
played
really?
Sunday off of that was Heaven Passing Through, which is another.
Yeah,
freaking-
I love that.
Yeah,
one.
that's beautiful.
Leaving Town though, that's really
Yeah.
good. I really like that Leaving Town record.
What's the
Can we
B
get a
here?
Bossier City re-release? Like,
Again?
I'm with it, man.
I think
Just
they
the
recut
dude.
a bunch of that.
They
Well, I
recut
know, but I
Bossier
want-
City,
I want
but
start to finish.
I want-
Yes.
yeah, same. I'm with it. Like, I'm telling you, let's do it. The only place you can find it is on YouTube. It's not on Spotify. It's not on anywhere.
You
It's
can find
YouTube.
it on eBay for $499.
I am
bought it
not
at
that guy.
Tapworks for $10 in Oklahoma City.
I bought it
I
probably
think-
Wednesday night.
I think
At one of
I
their
got
shows
it as
somewhere.
a
10 people.
ticket. Like you bought
Yeah.
a ticket and you got the.
I think I did too.
Yeah, I miss those. I miss a good old fashioned CD release
Right.
with actual CDs.
Right.
I miss CDs.
Bo Phillips one time, here a while back,
Oh, the Bo show.
a while ago, he was going to do a CD release. I don't know if he even ever did it, but he sent it out to a few people. I was like, "Hell, send it to me."
Like an actual CD.
It was all, I don't remember, it was like Dropboxed or something. I don't remember what it
Oh.
was. Him covering Purple Rain, besides
Oh.
Prince, it was a really cool cover. Like,
Oh yeah, I did that.
Her-
Boland
him
sings
covering,
pretty well, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was so impressed. I just
Goes
remembered
into
on the
Rocket
CDs,
Man.
yeah.
And you're
Just
like,
good
wait,
stuff.
I don't see either one of those coming from you,
But
but I'm here for it.
we're
Can
not
you
against
sing
it.
me about
Yeah.
chickens?
Yes.
Yeah.
Send me a song about fighting roosters.
But I still massacre the word.
Well, the cities are alphabetical. That's how you remember it through the song. Gaudelcio. When he travels, the cities are alphabetical.
Yeah, because that's the part I mess up.
Boland taught me that.
I've listened to that a
He was-
lot. I've never noticed.
Yeah, he goes, that's how you remember. The cities are alphabetical.
That's funny.
And I went, oh. He goes, that's how I remember.
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah.
You just have to remember what you sang last time to get to the next one.
And he had some years where that would have been,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that everybody did though.
Oh, sure.
I mean, Everybody did.
Look at me now.
Look how far we've come.
Look how far we've come.
So, BFO, you did the music desk. Talk to us about that, man. Like, I didn't get to go because obviously I was working. I have a job.
Yeah,
I don't get to do the cool
Says that
stuff.
angrily.
I do
I
because
have 4 jobs.
Do you know how many shows I've missed? I'll stack mine against yours because I've got a bunch too.
Well, I don't have 11 kids.
Yeah, I got 5 kids, a wife, and 2 or 3 other jobs.
Well,
It's fun.
I want no part of that. I want no wife.
I don't know, man. Mine's a
I
good
can't
one.
say that.
Like
Oh, hell, yours is still trying to raise me.
my wife puts up with my shit, and I'm gonna tell you that is not easy. It is so
same.
tough.
Same. But anyway.
Music desk.
Anyway. Katie Dale asked me to do it. She goes, I want you to, she goes, are you cool to do like an interview? And I went, you mean speaking more into a microphone more than introducing a band? She goes, yes. And I went, okay, well, I've never really done it. Sure, I'll try it. You know, whatever. I'll get out of my comfort zone. She goes, well, it's actually going to be like ESPN Game Day. It's like a panel.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun.
and I was like, oh, well, okay. And again, I was like, well, I've lost my voice.
Did they
You know,
record that?
Yeah, I think they did. I don't know. I haven't seen it.
If they did and they're gonna release it, I'd love to see it.
I'm sure it's somewhere. But it was they had 2 rounds on it, and the first one was me and Thomas Trapp as the guests, and of course, guests. I don't know.
Hit some big spots on Sunday.
Oh yeah, that guy nailed it up there. That guy.
That guy.
That guy. But and so Katie asked me to send her some pictures. Of course, I didn't do it before. I did it the day of, and I was scrambling to send pictures. I sent her like 8. She used the 4 that I was like, well, use those. I could talk about them, but I was like, also only had 1 shot of whiskey in me, so I really was.
It was
and
early show.
and people were looking at me.
We weren't ready.
You know?
So.
I was like, man, I don't know, man. I'm just gonna sit up here and look cool. Luckily, I had the eye camo on, so I could just kind of be like, hey, everybody. But anyway, they did it. They kind of did some history stuff. Showed pictures, kind of history of things. What Trapp did, I did. And then after we were done, then it was Grady Cross and Josh Crutchmer were the guests. And then, to be honest, I just went around back and went to the hospitality and
Saw what that was about.
Found the rest of their
Found some food.
some
ice.
Hey, somebody wanted
Coca-Cola
autographs or something. So is that going to be like something they add to Mile Zero Fest, or
I
try
don't
to
know
add
if it's
to?
Mile Zero. It was student run from students from OSU. I don't
Should
know
happen at
how.
Gypsy
Again,
Cafe.
I didn't get the backstory about it, so I mean, I don't know. It was a great production. They had lights, nothing like these.
Yeah,
You know,
I just thought Katie and Brandy had put it together, and I thought, damn, them
Right.
girls are on.
Yeah, because
like they didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, and but no, she said it was student run, and of course they were all up there, you know, doing all the equipment stuff. But other than that, I'm still kind of in the dark, to be honest.
You just said yes.
Yeah, I just went, okay, I'll answer questions or tell stories, or I didn't realize I was going to have to explain pictures. But I would have picked way more embarrassing ones. You know.
That's what we're here for. Why didn't you
Right.
bring those?
Well, I mean, we can
I'm
do
just-
another one.
We'll-
We can do
we'll
a
get it.
slideshow.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about it. Like
Yeah.
Get it
we
on
want the
Twitter.
nitty. We want the real shit.
Yeah.
We have mentioned Katie Dale and Gypsy a lot. Let's talk about Gypsy, guys. I have
Girls
been
doing the
to
Lord's work
for sure.
because I'm too tired to.
Right.
Like Gypsy Cafe. Reagan, you could probably explain it better than I can.
I don't know. What Katie always says. It's a 501c nonprofit through Red Dirt Relief Fund.
But I like
The
the other
largest
day,
songwriter.
was it
So,
Brad
Red
Piccolo
Red Dirt Relief Fund, guys.
was put into play after the helicopter,
Exactly.
Yes.
and then Bob, because were those
Yes.
how close?
Again, those.
So a lot of
years
people.
later.
Okay, so we know
Blurry.
those stories.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know those stories, and y'all know those better than me. Let's start about how Red Dirt Relief Fund got started, man, and then what Gypsy does for it.
I mean, there's no safety net for musicians.
No.
There's
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have good
Realize-
insurance.
You don't get a W-2
Yeah,
Right.
You
We-
get
for
a,
your bar tab. Like,
and that's what we did. We
You know.
would, like, a musician would get hurt, have to have surgery. Somebody would
a benefit would happen.
miss
so
shows.
business wise, guys, what we're looking at is if somebody comes and plays here on a Friday night, Saturday night, we're not a big bar. We're not going to be able to pay somebody $2,000-$3,000 for one show. It's more like $200. And most of these guys are making most of their gigs when they start out, and some of them their whole lives go down the road, and they're making $200 or $300 every place they play. So when they say they don't afford insurance and stuff like that, that's what they're talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
For,
Oh, well, now I've lost track.
Sorry.
Anyway, but yeah. Okay, so musicians would get hurt, miss shows, da-da-da. People would put on benefits just locally
Yeah.
and just give it directly to that musician. Well,
Brandon Jenkins.
So they can
it
survive.
happens more often than not now.
Yeah.
You know, especially as we're getting older and everything. And like I said, there needs to be a safety net. So especially like after the helicopter crash with the Rangers, that was a lot.
Yeah. Indefinite, like
And-
they were indefinite hiatus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Months in the hospital type.
But again, Katie could tell, and Coop could too. But I was like, I wasn't there when it formed, but I know why it was formed. And
We're
I'm
going to get
glad
on
it's here.
Katie and Coop, and I'll try to have them
Yeah.
on the same podcast.
Yeah.
But essentially, guys, it raises money for musicians, and the Gypsy Cafe will come around, and there'll be around 70 different artists from all over the state. More than likely, it's going to be almost completely their own songs. There's not going to be many covers. It's about the music. It's musicians coming together to
It's a
play
laid
for
back day.
other
Just
musicians.
awesome.
It's recovery. It's hanging out. It's seeing friends you don't see except for 1 or 2 times a year.
It's a reunion.
And if you don't have your tickets for
hugs.
Gypsy Cafe yet, get them right now. Speaking of hugs and Gypsy Cafe and all that stuff, the one person I wanted to see on that stage that I don't think got to get up there was Randy Crouch.
Yes. I thought that too.
Oh, yeah.
But I did talk to Chris
Yeah.
Reed, and he
Yeah.
just said he couldn't make the.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured it was.
Which
So,
Reagan and I caught the documentary, the Randy Crouch
Was it-
documentary.
was it great?
Oh my gosh.
I
We
wish I could
cackled
have.
out loud. First of all, we have a Red Dirt Film Festival.
Yeah. Oh, I knew
That was
about
so
that.
cool.
What?
Yeah, there's people that usually play. Usually they have live music along with it, but it's kind of weird.
Like Randy?
Yeah, I think he has played it before.
Yeah.
That's so
That,
cool.
that was a
Yeah.
great documentary. That was,
I don't know.
I mean, they need subtitles for Randy.
I missed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than I love you guys.
I love
So-
this. I love this planet.
this planet.
My kid's first full band show was Randy, and I've got pictures of all my kids with Randy.
He's like hugging pure sunshine.
He's so awesome. So
Oh,
we got
yeah.
to do him and the Red Dirt Rangers in here one night. And I've got some posters signed. There's one over there on the wall somewhere. Such a cool show, man.
Oh yeah.
So underrated. There wasn't very many people here, but they put on
Yeah.
a fantastic show.
Yeah.
And Randy sat up here in his chair and just fiddled till he couldn't
Oh, yeah.
fiddle, man.
Yeah, he doesn't care if anybody's here.
It's
No.
like 3 people, 3,000. You
It
get
doesn't
the same
matter.
show.
Yeah.
You don't get the same show.
My favorite part of Sunday night, favorite part was Plato's Kid.
Oh.
They handed that
Bear.
poor boy
Yeah.
that 6-string bass, which
That's a
probably
big bass. That's a
weighed as
big-ass
much
bass.
as he does or better. Like, he's not a big guy.
No. I saw that go.
And
down.
he was struggling, and the whole time the crowd is what they were doing nothing but cheering that kid on.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody was behind him. There was not a soul over there mad about something not working. Everybody was just screaming their heads off.
We all knew what song he was getting ready to play,
Yeah.
which was cool. It was almost like starting a lawnmower. Like, man, once this fires up,
It's gonna- and then
this is gonna.
They
light it
finally
up,
got the
man.
poor kid some a 4-string, and he killed it. Just
Oh yeah,
hammered
just
it.
right
Well,
off.
see, and he played the 6-string on Thursday.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
See, I saw that and I went, Plato, you had your kid your 6-string?
Yeah, that's what I was
That-
like.
Oh, like
It weighs as much as that kid.
Yeah.
I guarantee. But like seeing Slade, like guitar tech for his dad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Charlie
Seeing all
coming
the-
out and play. Can you
With the
imagine?
harmonica.
So I was
That
talking to
was- wow, that was
Robin at the
beautiful.
Tumbleweed, and she goes, she decided 2 weeks ago to do that. I said,
Yeah.
what? And she goes, Mom, like, what can you tell me about playing the harmonica? And she goes, yeah, don't share it with anybody. And ask your Uncle Cody. Like, and I'm like,
That's pretty sound advice.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
what
true.
else do you need?
Yeah.
But, and then to get up in front of 45,000 people and just play an absolute iconic intro. And she killed it.
It was beautiful.
Speaking of harmonica, did you see when Cody put his holder up there and there was no harmonica in it on Sunday?
Oh, no, I wasn't at
Yeah.
that show.
And his buddy Taco had to run to the bus
And get it.
and get it
How do you get
before
up
the
there?
harmonica solo. He said he had to tackle like 2 or 3 backline guys to get there.
That's
He's
funny.
like, nobody on the ramp. He's like, sorry, I need to get a harmonica. But we were just sitting there watching. I go, please blow into it and there nothing be there. Because that would be like...
And we were talking about it earlier.
I mean, that's how I played the harmonica anyway.
What's the name of the band that Dirks is in?
Waves in April.
Waves
in April.
The little lead singer for that.
Oh, yeah.
She's money, man.
She's got some pipes.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get to see their show in the Midway. I wanted to.
They
and
did
I was
really
just
well
stuck
at
here.
the Tumbleweed. Like,
At the
people
Weed,
were...
They did it at the Weed
Like,
too.
I think everybody knew what was coming. So, you know, if you don't know what's coming, you might be a little caught off guard. But
Yes.
I think everybody at the Weed knew,
Yeah.
and they had a good crowd, and
That's awesome.
Cody is just sitting back there cheesing, like, look what I made.
Oh, yeah.
I made those 2 kids. Look at that. Look at that.
That's
'Cause
awesome.
Dirks is a solid guitar player.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Solid, yeah. He's
and
murdering.
Willie's just unfazable
Oh, yeah.
behind that kit.
yeah.
Like, those kids.
Well, that day of the week, that was all rock and roll anyway. I was like, dude, we saw a lot of
Yeah.
rock.
Because we kicked it off with the Smoking Oaks.
Yeah.
Right into American
Like a
slang.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was working, so
that's-
just tell me about it.
It's mine and Reagan's dream lineup.
Oh, yeah.
If we could see the Smoking Oaks and American Slang co-headline,
I've
Yeah.
I've heard great things from both of them. I've just not got to see
Yeah.
either band.
Oh, man.
they're just, you know, we put the Smoking Oaks on stage at the Tumbleweed for Battle of the Bands
Yeah,
in
good
February of 24. I put them
remember
back
that.
on stage in December for Calf Fry Christmas, and that was a completely different band. Like, they are confident, and they're just
Oh, yeah.
good.
They're just going to say they're going to
I
straight
love
to
it.
the top.
Yeah, and they're having the time of their lives.
And they're kids, and I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
But they're
Yeah.
good, and they
Yeah.
have a good work ethic, and
Which their appearance would mean you come from Motley Crue and this is going to go downhill. But it's like, nope, you're raised by good parents.
Yeah.
But you got that style.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I'm in. Also, come on, man.
I mean, these kids are red dirt, but they're rock and roll.
Oh, yeah.
That's the beauty about Red Dirt. It's everything. It's from folk music to rock and roll and everything in between. And you know, I know artists out there that are like, oh, you know, I don't want to be called Red Dirt. Dude, you don't have to.
It's who
you
you
don't.
are.
You don't
It's
have
not-
to want to be called it. You're singing it, brother. Like that's
Yeah.
it.
You open your
Again,
mouth and it falls
all
out.
came from here.
Yeah.
So.
Like it's in the
Influenced
soul.
or not. I mean, well, no, you are influenced. That's the point. But still.
And in the honor of Leland Walker, my soils judging coach, soil is what's in the ground. Dirt's what's underneath your fingernails.
That's a lot. It's a lot to take in after 2
It
daiquiris.
was.
Whew. Whew.
Anyways, yeah, I did miss Randy Crouch up there, but I figured it's something, and he just wasn't.
I figured he just would have. They would have airlifted him in, like there'd be a helicopter. And they just
Man,
lower him
if you're going to
down.
helicopter anybody in, it's
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah,
And
I'd
he'd be
like-
smiling.
And he'd be just
Oh, he'd just
fiddling
play all the way down. He don't care.
Yeah.
What an incredible soul that guy. But the documentary, it's got to be released at some point where you
I think
can.
it's already
hope
on.
so.
I think it's already on the
I
website.
want to look
Okay.
at that.
I mean, it was
Melissa told me she
Okay.
sent it to people. I don't know.
like
Or-
full, like in,
yeah,
in
like
its
the-
entirety.
like on the the RandyCrouchMovie.com. Or
I mean, did you think 20 years
I think
ago they
so.
would be making documentaries and writing books about this? Or that it'd be in Rolling Stone?
Right.
Or,
right, like a Hosty documentary,
Like,
Or
what-
Which was good.
Yeah,
like, he's wild.
got to go
he's
to that.
wild.
I'm in that.
Hosty, the first time I have Hosty play here, the man writes a song in 3 minutes about some lady that crop dusted him by my Coke machines, okay?
And it'd be a hit.
A full song, and
it
it
would
was
be good.
great.
And he'll remember it.
Yes.
Rude.
Yeah, he played it the next time he was here. Probably never played it anywhere else.
Well, it didn't make sense. See, he wrote a song on the fly that he sings every time he's in Cushing because he played a private party for us. And some of my friends, he looked over and they were cutting open a bug zapper and touching it. And he wrote a song about it because my friends are morons. And let's see what happens if we cut these plastic pieces off the bug zapper and touch it. Because tequila is a good idea.
It happens.
Like, I'm like, oh.
You'll have that on your
Oh,
big jobs.
white people. It's the worst. I know. Oak Street. Rough. Like, it's a rough neighborhood.
They're doing some music down there. What is that? Oklahoma's listening room?
I am booking for the Oklahomas. That's one of my jobs.
Yeah, one of your mini ones.
I like
Yeah.
it.
So I'm bringing in a lot of.
Do you need to change
New-
a hat? This is one of the mini hats
I'm
I
bringing.
wear.
Yes, this band sucks. I'm bringing in a lot of Battle of the Band kids is what I'm really doing.
Yeah.
So that's fun. But they need a. I'm bringing in Connor Helm.
Connor's legit,
Good
dude.
gosh.
He's a good kid. So
And
him,
he's what, 17?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
Him
have a conversation with him,
and
but
Maddox Ross.
I'm going to bring that kid too. Like I just talked to his mom. She was trying to book a massage with me.
Maddox is
Another
legit.
Yeah.
Maddox
and the
and
enthusiasm.
Connor is too. Yeah. Well, Maddox is so clean cut, but he can play whatever, man.
Yeah.
Like he came in here and played Boys from Oklahoma, and just killed it and played it right, and wasn't uptight about it. It was perfect. It was
Yeah.
just
Because we're a loosey-goosey
show.
kind of genre.
yeah. But
Yeah.
he's a good clean cut kid.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of those kids where guys like or people like me and you, we don't have to worry about whether he's going to show up an hour later
Right.
or drunk or
Right.
forget to show up.
Well, he made me guess his age.
Yeah, how old is he?
22.
Yeah.
What?
He looks 9.
He looks younger
I'm
than
like,
Connor
I'm
Hill.
sorry, sir. Did
Like,
you
sir,
drive yourself here?
I thought you were 15.
Are we going to
Did your
prom?
parents drop you off?
His
No,
parents
he's
were here.
22.
And he was like, I'm 22. And he was playing with that Henry Zellner kid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
who-
Henry's good too.
Yeah, and he submitted for Battle of the Bands. And I had to call him and be like, do you have a band? Oh, well, no. Okay. So, well, Carrie told me to go ahead and enter. I'm like, listen, we don't listen to Carrie.
Yeah.
He said, well, let me get a band together. I said, absolutely not. Build a band organically over the next year.
Yeah.
Do not just because this scene is about cohesiveness of a band.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. It's about Boland's fiddler being
It's
able
about
to
building it and then being able to fall off the rails and then building it back again.
right, or about falling into your drum kit and Noah taking a beautiful step back from the fiddle, pushing you forward so you don't fall into Brad Rice.
How about Bolin stealing Kalen Smith's bass player, Nick?
I'm so
Yeah.
I miss my stragglers.
Same.
The fact that
Nick did
Roger
great,
Ray
though.
did not walk out on
I know.
stage, or
Roger's the
Noah
best.
jump up to
Yeah. I mean, I know
Orange
that's
Blossom
why-
Special Me.
I know it's why that's Jason Boland and the Stragglers because Stragglers can be replaced. That was the
But
reason
they
did
weren't
that
for so long.
I know they became the core.
All I'm saying, there were two
Grant.
people that had played at Bad Brad's that were up on that stage.
Yeah.
For Boys from Oklahoma, and I was like
Yeah.
pretty stoked about it.
Oh yeah.
And Nick
I
did a
mean,
great job.
well, I go
Oh,
say
sure.
that, and then
Yeah,
that's
I think
the
it was
deal.
just- but it's
they're
still
Right.
Roger.
It's we're
That's
all
what-
nostalgic.
Yeah, we're old.
It's-
We're old.
We're old.
I mean, I'm not as old as you,
But
but
there's
we're
so
younger.
many
you
people
know.
coming up too. Wyatt Wilson. You want to talk about
Oh,
Roger? Wyatt Wilson playing a steel guitar.
At like
Holy
9
crap!
or something, 8 or 9. I
Who's-
remember
who's
Chad
he?
Sullins telling me about that kid.
He's so good.
It's
That man, he's got more talent in his pinky than I will ever have in my
Oh,
life.
and he's just riding it. Like there was
Yeah.
no stopping it.
so his 21st birthday. I went to that because
Is he
Mike-
finally 21?
Mike McClure played. And
Yeah.
I wanted to see McClure. And he jumps up and plays bass for McClure. And then afterwards, he's kind of walking funny. I'm like, what's wrong? And he's like, I haven't played bass in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And you learned a whole set. I don't like you.
Yeah.
So he's
Just pick up
touring
any
with
string.
Josh Ward, right?
No, Braxton Keith.
Is he with Braxton?
The
Keith now?
mustache fella.
Yes, because we were talking
He
about
was
the
with Ward.
beer bottle incident.
Yeah.
But he's played a couple shows.
It's not a Gavin.
Yeah. No.
Is that a Gabber? Yeah.
Whatever.
He's played a couple shows here with Lane Hass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to talk about rock and out?
Oh yeah.
Lane Hass and the Healers, when he's got Wyatt with him.
Oh, whenever.
How many bands is Lane in?
I have no idea.
Because he's in All Town.
Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's making his Calf
Checks
Fry
out.
debut next week.
Yeah.
Checks out.
Ryan McCall making his.
How many bands is
great?
How many
No,
bands is
great.
that's
Why would
three
I say
people? Excuse me, 3 people that have played this little stage here that played on BFO.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout that out.
McCall, Boone Pickett
McCall.
Stadium?
That's
You
awesome.
kidding me?
Well, and
Who
I
is-
asked him because I said, okay, Reagan and I had the conversation about whether or not you have played Calf Fry in some form or fashion with somebody. And he was like, I haven't.
Really?
That's this
No kidding.
Friday. Yeah. Friday night because
Friday
they
night.
ended up with
Good.
they ended up on Wyatt's night.
Yeah.
Because I knew, I called TJ Todd winning the whole thing
Uh-huh.
during their battle. And I said, that's a Treaty Oak opening band. And they picked Treaty Oak. And Carrie's looking at me like, damn it. She did it again. But, so they get Wyatt's night.
So perfect. It all,
I might have to go
Yeah.
It
Friday.
all works out.
I've never got to see Wyatt full band.
Oh, I went and saw him at the Ryman. And
How was that?
that guy cries more than I do. But I'm walking in, Jimmy Hamilton catches me from the Great Divide. And he's like, I'm like, what's going on? How's it going to go? And he goes, you're going to cry.
Well, I'm already now.
Okay, thanks. But Wyatt got up there and cried, and then I cried, and then I would cry, and then Wyatt would cry. And I hadn't seen him full band in a long time. And that, they are,
Killer.
Well, like when he played the
Jay Glenn backing him
Oh,
is
yeah.
just perfect.
like when he played Dirty Rooster, the acoustic,
Yeah.
the fundraising deal. When he got up there to play, it was so funny because I hadn't seen him play with a full band at all, but he had just come off of playing with them everywhere, whatever.
Yeah, that-
coming in, and so he had a couple people there. They were all just doing acoustic stuff, but you could tell he was still trying to figure stuff out. He goes, "Oh man, sorry guys, I'm so used to electric." He's like,
He's
I'm
just
used
so-
to playing with a full band, so now we're just kind of figuring all this out.
He's just so honest and
Yeah.
real, and
Oh yeah.
that's
Oh yeah. And I go down. Everybody's like, "Whoa, we get it."
Man, my favorite story about Wyatt. So, we all know Wyatt's a good kid.
sure.
Like,
Talk about built on red dirt.
it was, but one of the reasons he's a good kid is because of his dad.
Yeah.
And I don't know his mom, but I know his dad.
She's a hoot.
I've met her.
She's a
I've met her.
hoot.
But my favorite story was a Monday night, and I wasn't even here. He comes in, and he's supposed to be playing at whatever time, and he's 45 minutes or an hour late. No, he's pissed. His dad. And so all the tips that Wyatt made that night, he made him give it to the bartender. Because no,
I mean, talk about
Yeah.
dad.
you're not
keeping it
getting
real.
none of that. Oh yeah, and that's one of the. I'm sure that's one of the reasons why it is the way he is, because of parents like that. Because he was raised right, and like props to them because they've done a good job, obviously. But that is my favorite
yeah,
story.
well,
Is he's like, no, you're not. And they called me and told me about it. I'm like, hey, his dad made him give us all of the tips.
Like,
Yeah.
listen, what dad says goes.
Well, and he was
Yeah, I've met
I
Noe.
mean-
I can see that.
late to the Dirty Rooster show because I guess he had I just kind of heard conversations around the Rooster, but his dad Noe was there, and like whenever I got there, and I guess he had a flat tire, and he called his dad to come get him,
Yeah.
bring him to the show, and I was like, it's Stillwater.
This was
I
2
mean,
or 3 months before.
He'll be here in 7 minutes.
Yeah, he'll be here in a minute.
Okay, yeah, I gotta go get.
Have
the kid.
another drink, guys. You'll be fine.
See, and that's the kids that deserve everything that he's getting.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's so many great kids coming up, man. Like the music that I get to see and hear, just a small portion of it. People coming up, and people that I've known for a while, play through here. You got Gavin and Rance and Dylan and Tucker and Jonathan Marshall, Ben McKenzie, Ben Brock, Megan Marlene, Kaylin Smith. There's so many I can't name them all.
Yeah.
Emily Hollingshed coming through
Yeah.
here.
She has come into her own in the last year, and it's
She hit that full band stage and she's kicking it.
like when she competed in Battle of the Bands. I was like, I'm not worried about her.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, some of
I
these
love
bands
it.
I still have to check in with on once a week. Okay, did you get
okay?
did you get paid out?
Yeah. This is how it works.
Did you
Did you write down the gigs that you booked?
did you bring your bass? Okay. Like,
You have extra picks.
Like-
you have.
and I was like, I'm not worried about her. And
I keep
you
a
know, as far
stash.
as
I keep a stash of 9-volt batteries for the
Right.
guitar.
Yes.
or double A's
I've-
for their,
Yeah, I've threatened to put in a vending machine.
I keep double A's
yeah.
in my purse when I go out with No Justice because
Yeah.
it never fails. Our in-ears have run.
In ears. Yep.
Yeah,
But, you know, I mean,
we're not that stage. There's only like 3 people come in here and play in ears.
We're bougie.
You're doing old modern. We're doing old school.
That's
Wedges.
right.
We're doing wedges.
Yeah.
we're old and bougie, and
yeah.
Oh,
we were used to Jimi Hamilton. So,
I love it.
yeah. But Emily, I love Emily because she's like one of the last of the great road dogging bands. You don't
dude,
see
she
that
hits
anymore.
It.
Right.
She hits it hard.
And she was like, "Yes, I'll play here. I'll play whatever. Like we'll stack them up."
Yeah,
and I'm
there's-
just like, God dang.
There's just got to be that, because a lot of bands, they were like, oh, we're not going to get paid that. We're not going to play.
Right.
I go, take the cut.
You
just
gotta
road
go,
dog.
man.
Get in front
Yeah.
of people.
Yes.
You gotta
You
go.
know.
You gotta get out there. You gotta
No,
bust your
we're-
butt.
let's
And-
build
and,
content. No, get them.
I'm sorry, you still got to pay your dues.
Yeah.
And man, some
It's
people
kind
get
of-
by without it, but still,
Right.
You're like, most of them don't.
But again,
But it builds you as a musician.
that's
Yeah.
the deal. Like, well, again.
Vocally, Emily's gotten. She was amazing vocally,
Well,
but
like-
now she's leaned into it,
Yeah.
and she's like,
And
you can't learn that playing at home and
No.
putting it on
Right. And
Instagram.
not leave your town.
Well,
Just play
and-
locally. Yeah.
And even like
Get on the road.
from a personal standpoint, like work ethic, you don't learn that by just showing up every day. You learn that showing up when you're hungover, and when your dad wakes you up at 7 o'clock in the morning when he knows you got in at 6:30,
It makes you go, haul head.
and you go build fence. I don't know if either of you have ever drove T-post while you're hungover
I don't even know
or
what that means.
still drunk, but that is a certain kind of work ethic that you get instant.
Yes, because I've done it sober. And then
It's not. It's not fun when you're sweating out whiskey, man.
Right.
But I mean, it's the same thing. They're out there hitting it and they're toughing it out and they're making these insane runs. Dylan and them made a run up to Pennsylvania
Yeah.
the other day.
Yeah.
And he's one that's really impressed me
Man, he's
because
come
he's
so.
out there. He's doing
His-
the damn thing.
If you go and listen to him 2 years ago and listen to him today, his voice has matured
And that's what
100%.
road
so
dogging.
much.
And that's what
100%. Yes.
I think when we were coming of age, 5 years ago or whatever.
Oh, it's only 10,
You know,
5.5.
Every one of our
Yeah.
favorite artists had a residency somewhere, and you build more vocally playing 3 or 4 hours a night to nobody than you ever
Kevin
will.
Felker sounded good when he started
Oh.
out. You were sorely mistaken.
Or Steve, or
Anybody.
Brandon, or
Anybody.
Jason.
Yeah. Again, they had you have to hone
Yeah.
it.
Where their
It's-
voices change so much too. And I forget what the kid's name was. He came through here, and he was good. But it's like, man, you need a divorce, 5 years of cigarettes, and 3
Some
broken
whiskey.
hearts,
Right.
and some 110 proof whiskey, and you're going to be really fucking good.
But again, that's the deal. But you hear the words that they're writing,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
that's what
You're
man,
going to have it.
Yep. That's
But
what
as
brings
soon
me
as
in.
you got to get that
We
feeling.
got to train it.
So
And kids don't realize it's.
because we're all vocal coaches here.
while
Right.
he's
You know.
while he's not real.
I don't know
popular-
why that voice
because
hasn't called us.
We know
I
a thing
know.
or two about
Yeah.
nothing.
That's why we do karaoke.
We do not.
I
No.
do.
I don't even host karaoke.
It hurts my feelings. Karaoke does.
BC and Big Rig knows that I do karaoke.
Like-
Oh, yeah.
But that's a story for another podcast.
I loved having BC in the big room here. And you want to believe it? That's not the band that got the cops called on me. I forget who it was that had the cops called on me, but it wasn't even that. I was like, they didn't call them during BC in the big rig?
Right? Who was it?
I can't remember. It was loud, like it was
Jake
loud. but
Marlin.
Yeah, I think it might have been. It might have been Jake. Speaking of which, that little song he debuted,
Oh, yeah.
Set My Ponies Free.
Dude. That's going to be up there with Proud Souls with me. That is. It's one
That is one of my
Yeah.
favorite songs I've ever heard sing here. It is hit you right in the feels. Have you heard it?
I've not heard it in its entirety.
Oh,
yeah.
you should.
And knowing where it comes from, why it's written.
Yeah,
everything. I was like, yeah, that's going to be tearjerker.
Where is he based out of?
I have no idea. I don't know where people are from. I know they play here, okay?
Jake Marlin, where are you from?
Comment and answer us.
I feel
We'd like to
like
know.
we knew. I feel like I knew.
Maybe
He-
before
he's-
the first whiskey.
Yeah.
But the deal is like, God, that song,
Tulsa area.
Okay.
It's Tulsa area.
lyrically,
broad.
it's
Coheed.
just all there.
Everybody from Kuwait. That's where Emily Hollingshead's from.
Yeah.
But we were talking about Stillwater being such a music capital, but like Oklahoma in general, man,
Yeah.
for years and decades, you can say what you want about Texas, but it's really, really, really big, and Oklahoma's not.
I mean,
Right.
And
are we
we
really
have
going to
some-
put
Well,
beer,
that's-
bait, and ammo up against Proud Souls?
Exactly.
Come on.
Come on. I mean, and we've got
I do love that, Kevin Fowler.
the two best redhead women in country music, which is Caitlin Butts and Reba McEntire.
Facts.
You notice how he snuck in, Caitlin.
You damn right.
Yeah.
Like,
You have a Caitlin story.
Oh, I knew it was coming to this.
oh.
Yeah, well, I think it may have been the first time I met Caitlin Butts. I don't even know if she is 21 yet, but she damn sure acted like it. We were watching old.
like a story your dirty uncle would
We
tell.
were watching old Chad Sullins at
He's the
Eskimo
dirty
Joe's.
uncle now.
Let me tell you about old Caitlin Butts. So we were sitting there watching old Chad Sullins there at Eskimo Joe's. And we all having a good night, all
Speaking
hanging
of
out.
falling off a bar stool.
Yeah, but it is full band. All having fun or whatever, but I just remember everybody is out front smoking cigarettes. And this gal kicks the door out with a handle of Jack Daniels and says, "Who's drinking this with me?" And I
Like, she
went,
comes out of Joe's?
"Yes."
Where do you get a handle in Joe's?
I don't know.
No.
That's why I was like, I need to know who you are, and I will drink that with you. Well, probably from Chad, but still.
This is
He had it in his man purse.
But yeah, she came out just, "Who's drinking this with me?"
That and
I
some
was
pills.
like, I am.
Oh,
it's very possible.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that was my first introduction to
Oh,
Caitlin
man.
Butts. And I go, "You're going to go far, kid."
She's done well.
She's done so great.
She's done well.
Huge Caitlin fan. Like, I was on the strip when she was on the strip, and I was doing all my dumb stuff. Being a kid.
Yeah.
You know,
Like 3 years ago.
something like that. About a decade ago now.
A decade ago.
Decade ago.
It really was, is the bad part.
That's funny. I was like, that's when Reed Southall formed, and BC and the Big Rig. And I
Yeah.
go, look at all these bands that are 10 years old now.
Aw. I think you should tell the story about how you didn't like me when when you first learned about me.
I don't remember that.
You
Yeah.
told me. You were like, I heard there was a new girl who loved No Justice. And I was like, nope, I'm out.
I did.
Yeah. Reagan didn't like me. He hadn't met me.
My wife didn't like me when she met me either. She thought I was cocky. I called her honey because I call everybody honey if I don't know your name.
Right.
And she saw that right off the bat. And
You
She
told
was
me at that
bruised.
Gypsy Cafe where we ended up in the bus with Scott Evans and Brandon Jenkins
that's a bus. Holy shit.
Yeah.
and a stripper pole and
Oh, yeah, the party bus.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you were like, and then I found out that you went just as hard for the Stragglers as you did for No Justice. So all right.
Okay, yeah,
All right.
no, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scott Evans.
Will break your heart and make you like it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love. So he was. I was trying to think who was
Him
here.
not making it to the Boys from Oklahoma
Yes.
stage was a.
Saying, how many songs were sung?
Injustice. It was an injustice.
I mean, he could have come out and easily done Soul Agent.
No, you had to gig in Cushing.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I was there.
So he was.
So
there,
I booked him in Cushing.
Yeah, he was there when we did our Red Dirt deal with Randy Crouch and because it was Scott Evans, Randy Crouch, and Red Dirt Rangers, and he sat in with everybody.
Because that's what he does. But you weren't at the
He's
Wednesday
so
night kickoff.
amazing. No,
out at the Tumbleweed, which
I didn't get to
was
go.
incredible. Like you forget what
That was the show right there. That was
I
the show
mean,
I would have wanted to go to.
I don't
but
know
didn't.
whose idea that was,
It was money.
but
That's
it was perfection.
so much talent.
And we forget watching an ensemble like that where everybody plays. You don't just play your song. You play lead when somebody, like, I remember going to Texas and watching a couple of song swaps going. So they just play their song and don't do anything for
Yeah.
the next three
Derek,
songs?
do we need to take a
Right.
break or are we done?
This one's about to die, so just
Okay.
if you want to give a quick.
So we've got to name the podcast.
I forgot.
Me too.
It can't be dudes and daiquiris.
Or bourbon and broad.
Bourbon and broads. My wife will not like bourbons and broads. I've retired from that game.
Oh,
I don't count
On one
as
of those
abroad.
games.
okay.
We'll name the podcast later, but guys, it's been great talking to y'all
It's been
about
fun.
radio
Yes, it has been
music,
fun.
having a few drinks, spreading the word,
Spreading the dirt.
spreading the red dirt gospel, guys, and that's what we're here for. We're gonna do some of that. We're gonna talk about a little bit of barbecue every now and then. We're gonna talk about a little bit of Stillwater stuff. We're just gonna talk about whatever I'm interested in at the moment because why not?
It's your podcast.
And that's gonna change. One day I'm into how Tupac died, and the next day I don't
He
give a
isn't
shit.
dead.
This is
Yeah.
true.
Dude, he was at the Boys from Bangladesh.
Did you see him too?
Yeah.
I thought I would just been
He
drinking.
was in those overalls.
There's
Those
some big
stripy
going
overalls.
around, man. Come on.
But thank y'all for coming on, guys, and
Well,
sharing.
thanks for
You're
having us.
welcome.
Thank you for being such a big
Well,
supporter of live music
Yeah.
here.
I'm
You're
glad
doing
I'm
more
able
than-
to like. We're not able to do everything I want to do, but I'm glad I'm able to do what we can do, and like the fire benefit that we got to do Red Dirt or the Stillwater Rising was one of the most humbling things I've ever done in my life. Just how much support that got, and tomorrow
How easily it was
it just
supported.
came together like
Yeah.
bam. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna have the mayor on. We're gonna talk about a few things, but
I'm here.
the other mayor,
Oh.
the not fun one, you know, that poor guy.
Did not know
Did
he
I-
was battling
Well,
for his seat.
I'm sneaky for one thing. So for the Red Dirt Rising, we did a dung booth. I called him out on social media without even talking to him, and he showed up.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, man, y'all think we can get the mayor on for the dung booth? I'll go in it."
I tried to get Reagan in too.
I can't believe the other mayor wouldn't go.
I should have done the real one.
I'm not gonna lie. I cheated. We have a hot water hydrant, and I turned the hot water on before I got it.
Yeah, you told me that. You were like, at least for you.
Yeah, for me, I don't care about the rest of them, but for
Man.
me,
Whew.
hey, my mama didn't raise no fool, and if she
Yeah.
did, it was my sister.
She raised him on Spam.
That's right. But he was a good sport, man. He came out, and Elaine Zanotti came out and did that stuff. But we're gonna have them on. We're gonna have Will Joyce on next, and get your tickets for Gypsy. Get your tickets for Calf Ride.
Yes.
Keep supporting local live music. I don't care if it's Red Dirt. I don't care if it's grunge. I don't care if it's rap. I don't care what it is.
Anywhere you're at.
Support these guys
And
because
support the venues.
yeah, the venues. They can't stay open and pay for live music unless you're out there buying drinks, buying food, buying whatever they're selling, whether it's $5 at the door or what. $5 is nothing. You spent more than that on Facebook this morning. And damn sure spent more than that on Amazon.
Temu and Sheen and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever, blah, blah.
Support them. Come out to Gypsy. If you've never been to Gypsy Cafe, I highly recommend you get there May 4th. There's only a few tickets left for the VIP brunch. By the time this comes out, we're going to be taking care of that. And if you don't think it's going to be something special, you're wrong.
May
Reagan.
the 4th be with you.
That's exactly right. We support it all. Reagan, Trina, thank y'all. Appreciate y'all coming out.
Thank you for
been
having
great.
us.
Thank you
again.
for.
And thank you for being
Turning us
part
loose.
of podcast, whatever the name's going to be.
I think we should
Zero.
let the people name it.
Untitled.
Table Zero.
I mean, we could come to Table Zero. I'll give it to you.
I've been granted Table Zero as a podcast. Can we get a vote?
Welcome to Table Zero.
I will second it.
I feel very exclusive. I'd like to thank everybody around for this opportunity. and I accept.
All right.
Whew, that was
0
easy.
it is.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's delicious.
That's why I couldn't ever come up for a name, man.
Because it was right
Table
there
Zero
all
wasn't on
along.
that list.
Dude.
Derek's been sending me names and names and names, and I'm like, man, I almost wanted to call it, so I'm a Lonesome Dove fanatic. Right. I almost wanted to call it Tending Your Biscuits. Because Call comes
Right.
out the next morning and tells, Gus, you just tend your biscuits. And I wanted to call it Tending Your Biscuits. And he said, then you don't get excited about much except them biscuits, whores. Yep.
I mean, carbs and dirty women.
I'm in.
My second favorite quote from that movie, you go up there to Montana, kill all the Indians, and me and Gus will raise a herd and bring it up. Call looks at him and says, I'd like to see the herd you and Gus together. Herd of whores, maybe.
I feel seen.
Herd of whores.
All right,
Maybe.
Becca, we're coming in hot.
Maybe.
We're coming in hot. I have a list for Becca.
Well, speaking of Jake Marlin, he was telling me that they have a running list of Becca hats, and they have like 150 saved.
That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, he's like,
I
we
keep
just-
a
we
list
just-
in my
yeah.
phone.
I need to get her up here and do a podcast with her because I
Oh
want
my
to hear the
God.
story of how it all started and shit. Like, I don't know, and I've never even met her, but I want to know